The twin suns of the planet Zorvia dipped low in the sky, casting an iridescent glow over the sprawling floating cities. Tiny alien cubs scurried through the bustling corridors of the spaceport, their violet fur bristling with excitement. These cubs, barely a few months old, were known across the planet for their insatiable curiosity and playful mischief. Today, however, they were about to discover something far beyond their wildest dreams. A taste from a distant planet called Earth. Come on, Zilko, faster, squeaked one cub, her 3 eyes gleaming with anticipation. Zilko, slightly chubbier and more cautious than his siblings, trailed behind. I don't know, Neri, what if humans don't like visitors? Nonsense, chirped Neri, we are so small, they won't even notice us. The cubs had been fascinated by Earth ever since their parents returned from an exploratory mission years ago. Among the countless human customs they had heard about, one in particular had captured their imagination, a tiny crispy snack called Pani Puri. Their parents had described it in vivid detail, the hollow, crunchy balls filled with spiced potatoes and tangy water, which humans popped into their mouths with pure delight. To the young cubs, it sounded absolutely magical. Finally reaching the docking bay, the cubs sneakily boarded a cargo shuttle headed for Earth. The journey was smooth, thanks to the advanced anti-gravity tech of Zorvia. Soon, they found themselves hovering above a vibrant city, filled with the hustle and bustle of human life and, most importantly, the mouth-watering aromas of street food. Smell that, Zilko. Do you smell it? Neri's voice trembled with excitement. Zilko inhaled deeply, his 3 noses twitching uncontrollably. I think I do, but it's so strong. Below them, a street vendor balanced trays of golden, crispy puris piping hot from the fryer. A child approached, dropping a few coins, and the vendor's skilled hands filled the puris with spicy potatoes, chutneys, and a generous dash of tangy water. With a delighted smile, the child popped one into their mouth and giggled. Humans eat them like this, all at once, Zilko whispered, a mix of horror and amazement in his voice. Yes, Neri squeaked. We have to try it. But there was a problem. The cubs had no way to communicate, no currency to buy food, and they definitely couldn't be seen by humans without causing a commotion. Using their small size to their advantage, they darted under tables and around carts, observing everything carefully. It was then that they noticed a small robot, designed to deliver snacks to local children. With nimble paws, Neri and Zilko climbed aboard. The robot's sensors briefly detected the cubs, but, assuming they were just part of the maintenance unit, it whirred to life and rolled towards the nearest snack stall. The cubs peered over the edge of the robot's tray, their eyes wide with wonder. The puris glistened with golden perfection. The potatoes looked soft yet perfectly spiced, and the tangy water bubbled with delicious promise. Without a moment's hesitation, Neri picked up a tiny puri with her claw. Tentatively, she dipped it into the water and popped it into her mouth. A pause. Then, her eyes sparkled brighter than the twin suns of Zorvia. Zilko, it's delicious, Zilko finished for her, barely containing his excitement. He immediately followed suit, dunking and tasting, letting the incredible flavors explode in his mouth. The tangy, spicy, and crispy textures combined in a way that seemed almost magical. For a moment, the cubs forgot where they were, completely lost in the wonder of this human creation. They ate in secret, savoring each and every bite, learning that the people of this small planet could create something that could bring so much joy, even to alien cubs from a distant galaxy. By the time they were full, they were utterly enchanted. We must take some back, Neri said, her voice full of determination. Our parents, they will never believe us. Zilko nodded enthusiastically. And maybe, just maybe, other cubs will like it too. Back aboard their shuttle, the cubs carefully wrapped a few puris in their special preservation pouches. The journey home was filled with excited chatter about flavor, texture, and the peculiar but brilliant concept of tangy water. By the time they arrived back on Zorvia, the cubs were buzzing with anticipation. The next morning, their parents awoke to find the cubs bouncing around the dining area with trays of the golden snack.
What is this?
Asked their father, one eyebrow raised in suspicion. Earth food, Neri chirped proudly. Pani Puri, you have to try it. Skeptical but curious, the parents each took a puri. They bit into the delicate shell, tasted the spiced potato filling, and then sipped the tangy water. A profound silence fell over the room. Then, a low, delighted hum echoed through the space. It's extraordinary, their mother said, her eyes widening in surprise. I've never tasted anything like this. From that day on, the small cubs became known as the Pani Puri pioneers of Zorvia. Word spread like wildfire through the floating cities, and soon, all the other cubs wanted to try this incredible snack. Earth's simple street food had bridged a galaxy-wide cultural gap, bringing humans and Zorvians closer in an unexpected, delicious way. Months later, the cubs were invited to a human cultural festival on Earth, a rare and special honor. They danced, they played, and of course, they indulged in the endless varieties of puris. For them, Earth was no longer just a distant planet in the stars, it was a place of wonder, discovery, and the magical taste of Pani Puri. And so every time a Zorvian cub pops a puri into their mouth, they remember the humans who created it, the taste that sparked joy across galaxies, and the lesson that even the smallest treats can have the biggest impact. For in the vastness of space, amid starships and floating cities, it wasn't technology or weapons that amazed the small cubs, it was the simple, magical delight of human food. And that is how the tiny alien cubs of Zorvia found their favorite treat, Pani Puri from Earth, a small bite of humanity that bridged entire worlds. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more tales from across the universe. See you next time.